Medicines that made me a woman. Hi. My name is Lee. Let me tell you the most amazing story about how I got into shape. I had been in a depression for some time. I am 35. I had been overweight for the last 10 years. I used to be active until about 8 or 10 years ago. I really loved to play soccer or run in those days. I had a nice relationship with Janice back then. All was well. Then it seemed to fall apart. I came into a pretty good inheritance when my parents passed away. I found that I no longer had to work. In fact, I didn't really have to do anything anymore but eat. I got used to life the way it was and took Janice for granted. I rarely complimented her on her appearance. I got fat and lazy, and maybe a bit rude too. One day I woke up and she had left. She had taken all of her stuff and disappeared. All she left was the clothes that were in the dirty laundry. I washed them and put them in a box in case she ever came back. I never saw Janice again. I have been living downtown near Chinatown during these 10 years and have become fond of the culture. I love the shops and restaurants and have made a few friends there. I usually get a large chow mein and 3 egg rolls and a side of pork for dinner from Ming's. That probably wasn't helping my weight problem, I am sure. I had been exercising and taking vitamins but still felt very tired and unhealthy. One night when I was waiting for my food, my friend Mike came out and said I should lose some weight. Mike was about the closest thing I had to a best friend. We often ate together and usually went out a couple of times a week to a sporting event or a movie. Mike was 26. He was lean and muscularly built. He was fairly athletic and healthy compared to me. He was quite conservative in the way he carried himself. He wore his hair long. Mike's dad was the restaurant owner of Ming Wong. On this particular evening, Mike told me that I had been enjoying his dad's menu too long. He asked how much I weighed these days. I told him I was about 225 pounds. I knew that was about 40 to 50 pounds too much for my 5'10" height. Mike was basically saying I was fat and unhealthy. I agreed and said that I wished there was something I could do to lose some weight. He told me to see his uncle, Dr. Ho. Mike told me Dr. Ho was sort of like a naturopathic doctor. I went to meet Dr. Ho a few days later. He was quite old. He had gray hair that was long like Mike's. He asked why I had come to see him. I told him that I felt overweight and was often tired. I explained to him how much I loved it in the past when I was fit and had energy. He told me there were solutions from Chinese medicines that would solve these problems, but they were rarely shared outside their culture. I said I loved Chinese culture and would do anything to get my health and energy back. He explained that the process he would put me through would help me become slimmer and healthier if that is what I really wanted. I told him that was what I wanted more than anything. Dr. Ho gave me 2 types of vitamins and a type of tea plus a prescription which he said would help me regain my energy level. He told me it would take about 4 weeks to complete the process from start to finish and to stay focused on what the end result was that I was hoping to achieve. He said not to be surprised if there were some unpleasant side effects the first week. Off I went thinking about being healthier and thinner. The first 5 days taking these items were awful. All I was taking in was the tea and pills. I had bad cramps and violent diarrhea. I took several hot baths to soothe the discomfort. One day when I was draining the bath, I noticed it was full. Over the next week, many amazing things happened. I did not need to shave as I had no facial hair. I ran every day. I ran further every day. I lost lots of weight. I noticed I was losing my belly and then my love handles. I was very pleased with my results. My thinning hair was filling in and growing a bit longer. I weighed myself and was shocked to see my weight had plummeted to 155 pounds. I wasn't going to complain about losing too much weight though. My running was going so well I decided to enter a 10K fun run for a local charity. None of my regular shorts fit any longer as I had lost so much weight, so I decided to go and buy some that fit at a running store. I needed some new shoes too as mine was getting loose. I looked for something to wear shopping and could not find anything that fit me anymore. I looked in the back of my closet to see if I had saved any clothes from when I was thinner, but I had not. Then I found the box of clothes that belonged to Janice. I looked through it. There was a t-shirt that was from a fun run she had gone in. There was a pair of yellow bicycle-styled shorts. There was a skirt and blouse that she had for work and a short skirt and a small blouse that she had worn to look good when we went out to pubs or bars. I held up the shorts and t-shirt to my new slimmer body. They weren't what I would have chosen to wear, but I decided they might fit me now. They were a bit stretchy as well, so I tried them on. The clothes were a bit tight, but not too bad. I looked at myself in the mirror. I felt silly wearing women's clothes, but I thought I looked pretty good. I looked at my bottom in the mirror and thought it looked better in these shorts than I remembered Janice's looking. I was a bit troubled because I thought I looked pretty good in a lady's outfit. But then I thought, who cares? I look much better than I looked before. I headed off to the store. On the way, I felt a bit warm. I sat down at a bench for a second then headed off again. I figured I might be having another side effect. Everything I saw appeared to be a bit larger than before. After a minute I felt good again, so I continued on my way. As I walked I noticed that the shorts and t-shirt must have stretched. They did not feel nearly as tight as they had at first. The lady at the store looked at me a bit confused. I guess it was because I was a guy wearing yellow ladies style shorts and a black capped sleeve t-shirt that said, "Run for a cure for breast cancer," in pink writing on it. I told her I had lost some weight and was unsure of my size, but that I wanted a couple of outfits to run in and a new pair of shoes. She measured my waist and shoulders and butt and told me I was now a medium. I was pleased I had lost so much weight. I had been wearing large shorts and extra large shirts for some time now. She had me try on a t-shirt and loose running shorts. They felt just right. She showed me a pair of bicycle-style shorts in steel blue and a matching tank top. I was a bit embarrassed to try on any other clothes as I felt like I was showing off my weight loss. I told her I liked the color and would take them on her recommendation as well as the first outfit. I put the clothes that I had been wearing back on. The sales lady measured my feet and brought me a pair of size 8 runners. They were white with green stripes. They fit great. Even my feet were smaller now. I used to be a size 9. She threw in a couple of pairs of socks as well. On the day of the 10K, I wore a shirt and shorts. I could not believe how much energy I had. During the run, I felt great. I noticed a funny pull in my groin and realized I was going through a bit of what Seinfeld calls a shrinkage. I was kind of pleased as my shorts were a bit skimpy and would have been very revealing otherwise. At about 4K I came across a girl named Sandy who was having problems with her pacing and I offered to run with her. She was in her early 30s I guessed. She was wearing shorts similar to mine and a Nike t-shirt. She had long straight blonde hair tied back in a ponytail. Sandy and I were a good match and we ended up finishing at about 0 feet 49.00 inches. We agreed to go running 2 days later.